So, inbound marketing. The key to inbound marketing is that your website is a hub for these many-to-many transactions. You're pulling people in for conversation and community. You're not using your website as a platform to simply blast out messages. If all your website can do is blast out a message, if all your website can do is broadcast, you do not have the capacity to practice inbound marketing. To practice inbound marketing, you have to have an engine at your website. You have to have some capacity to be relational with people, to treat them differently than your competitors treat them. To begin to, again, take strangers and turn them into friends, and friends and turn them into customers. But you got to have an engine to do that. The most effective engine for that is a blog. The single most effective engine for that is a blog. When I look at someone's website, the first thing I look for, where's the blog? I'm looking for the blog, and then I'm looking for the easily accessible social contact buttons right up at the top. Don't make me find how to relate to you. Don't make me work hard to build a relationship with you. Make it easy for me to connect. Make it easy for me to talk. You should be sharing, publishing at that website relevant content that matters to the people you're trying to build community with. Now that varies for your business. There's some content, when I look at the communities where content is taking place, to me looks like idle chatter. It looks inane. But in that community, that's what they talk about. In my community, we talk about other things. So I know what my community wants to hear. They don't want to hear me selling. Your community does not want to hear you selling. Because if you show up with a broadcast message to sell, I know very clearly you really don't care about me beyond what I have in my pocketbook. You show up with a message that helps your community. You show up with value, helping them address opportunities and solve problems that matter to them. When you show up and make it about them, you earn their trust. And if you don't earn their trust, you haven't earned their word-of-mouth marketing. You're not going to get that sell, and you're not going to get the subsequent stream of sales that could come from that. Does that make sense? So we've got to have this relevant, remarkable content that people are talking about. Hopefully that conversation is occurring on your website. Now that conversation about you could be happening anywhere. Someone could pick up a blog post that you had on your website, take it and post it in your Facebook page, and conversation could occur around that blog post. You need to know where that conversation is taking place so that you can recognize it and think about how to capitalize on it. Ideally, we want to pull them back into our website and host the conversation at our house, not somebody else's house. We want to pull that conversation back in. People come for content and conversation. They stay for community. I'll come to your website if you've got some interesting content. If I comment on your blog and you talk back to me, I'm going to be really impressed. When a whole bunch of other people show up and they're just like me, they care about the same things that I care about and you care about them, that's community. That's friends. People stay for community. That's the prize. Are you following me? So people come for the content and conversation. They stay for the community. It's very hard to create. You can't fake community. You cannot fake community, and you can't get it in instant pudding. You can't flip a switch and think that next month I'm going to have community. Are you measuring community? Have you got the ROI on my community? It doesn't work that way. It takes time and patience to build those relationships.